All right, what is up, Utah fans? This is Joseph back with the Utah Utes Football Digest, and today we are going to be diving into the film of Brandon Rose from the Utah football spring game. We're going to go over every play, we're going to break it down, we're going to diagnose it. I want to hear you guys do it along with me. Give me your thoughts, give me your comments. This is going to be part of a series we do where we're going to break down Cam Rising, Isaac Wilson, and Brandon Rose every play from the spring game. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of editing to actually get it done. So I'm going to do it one video at a time to make sure, my wife doesn't lose her mind about me spending all day making videos. So on that note, let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to be talking about Brandon Rose. His spring game film performance. We're going to break down every play. But it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you guys smash that like button. That'll help get the video out to more Utah fans. Also, comment down below if you guys agree with some of my takes. Do you like the way I'm analyzing the film? I've analyzed a lot of highlight reels, but doing down in, down out, snap after snap will be a little new for me. So feel free if you have any, polite critiques, drop them in the comments there. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And really exciting news, we actually just opened up the Utah Utes Football Digest Patreon. I'm going to post a link to that in the description of this video. It's going to be super cool, guys. I just ordered a ton of stuff to give away to you guys for giveaways on the channel, a bunch of auto cards, a bunch of different cards. It's going to be a ton of fun, and we'll keep ordering more stuff. If you go on the Patreon, you can see, the higher the monthly membership tier, the more entries it gives you into the giveaways. So if you're into the giveaways and that's what you want to do, do it. And I would love to make sure you guys get stuff while supporting the channel. Or if you just want to support the channel, the Patreon's a great way to do that as well. So super excited to have that done. But without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive in. We're going to start breaking down the film, and we're going to have a ton of fun here. We'll go one quarterback at a time here, guys. Let's dive in. All right, guys, we are going to take this one quarterback at a time. So the first guy we are going to dive in and go over is going to be Brandon Rose. Brandon Rose, I believe this is his third year in the system. He came in same year Nate Johnson did. Brandon Rose had a lot of hype last year. A lot of people had him. The rumor is he was the backup quarterback heading into fall camp, and then he got injured or during fall camp, and then he gets injured. And he's fighting for the spot now with Isaac Wilson. So let's go ahead and watch it. Let's check it out here. Again, we're going to take it one quarterback at a time. So I'm going to watch Brandon Rose, then we'll watch the next guy, and then we'll watch the next guy. So we'll watch Brandon Rose, Cam Rising, and Isaac Wilson before it's all over. All right, let's pull it up. And all right, Brandon Rose. 1st and 10. The quality's a little weird on these videos, just being real with you. Okay, let's bounce that back. So check it out. Brandon Rose out of the shotgun. Drops back. Okay, so I think on that play, he rolls out, throws a bad throw, and it's an incompletion, right? So not good there. But at the same time, just to watch it back one more time, this is a sack. So watch the interior pressure here. This would have been a sack. If not, however you want to look at it, to me, that's a sack right there, right? That's a sack. The guy got in hard enough and then pulls back because he can't hit the quarterback because it's spring football. But that's a sack in my book. So not a good look for Brandon Rose there. It's actually this first drive for Brandon Rose is pretty rough. He has better tape throughout the day, but it's a rough one. All right, drops back. And again, another one. To me, that's a sack, guys. That's a sack right there. So let's take it back. Brandon Rose drops back. I mean, you could blame this on the offensive line. You could blame it on Brandon Rose. He didn't take that long, but you get right. He should have released it at that point. That 1, 2, you got to have that mental clock. So that's another sack. So right out the gate, those two plays we saw from Brandon Rose, I mean, that looks like back-to-back sacks to me. So not a good look for Brandon Rose. Hopefully the tape gets quite a bit better as we move forward. And, like I said, I've watched a little bit of this in prep. And right here, you're going to see Brandon Rose force a pass into double coverage. Bad look. So, really rough first drive for Brandon Rose. Drops back, throws it down the middle, double coverage, almost picked off. I'll watch it back just so you guys can see it again, but just a bad play here, bad decision, bad throw. So, yeah, it goes right to the defender. I mean, I'm surprised. I don't know if he didn't see number 31 or what, but that was a bad play. So that's Brandon Rose's first drive right there. And then after that, that play, the red team's going to come out. So we're going to go to Brandon Rose's next drive. Let's pull it up here. 29. All right, here we go. Give it a second. Okay, yeah, so this is Brandon Rose's next drive. So this is drive 2. That's just Cam Rising chilling on the sideline, but in a second, here he is. Okay, Brandon Rose, drive 2. All right, a little nice play by Luca Caldarella, by the way. Nice play there. Let's run that back, though. I want to show you guys. So look at this ball. So check it out. So where he's gonna actually want to put the ball is just a little in front of. So watch. Luca stops, right? Luca stops right here. He's done the little, drop back thing. He's going to want it over here to let Luca start running, which is something you'll see Cam do where it's like lead your guy, let him get a running start as he catches the ball. But the ball is going to actually wind up over here. So watch that. He had to take a good yard, almost 2 yards back to go catch that ball. So when he catches it, not only is he not accelerating forward, he's actually moving backwards, goes upfield. Nice play by Luca, who is one of the guys that I have listed as a potential starter this year, a wide receiver. But not a terrible play by Brandon Rose. Hit the open guy, ran the play as he should. But, there's not a lot of complication to that type of play, and you'd like to see it performed a little quicker. So this is going to be an RPO, I believe. So Brandon Rose goes to the line, Mekhi Bernard in the backfield. So what you're going to be wanting to watch is this edge rusher right here. Does he crash in? So does he attack and go for the running back, or does he stay disciplined and stay back? So that's whether that's the decision on whether Brandon Rose should hand it off or not. So if he stays back, Brandon Rose wants to hand it off. If he crashes, he keeps it. So the guy stays back. So Brandon Rose hands it off. It's a blown up play, but overall, it's not Brandon Rose's fault. He made a solid decision. Okay, check it out. Under center, Brandon Rose. Okay, Mekhi Bernard. I don't think that was really an option play, just a run play. So is what it is there. All right, next play coming up. But nice run by Mekhi Bernard. I'll comment on the skill players too as we keep going through the tape here, because we'll see them make some nice plays. All right, drops back. I want to watch that one back. Okay, so nice run there. Let's watch it back. But you can see he's patient in the pocket, and he does get some pressure, but I don't think in live action that would have been a snap. He steps up. Watch. He's patient, steps up. Doesn't look like a sack in real life. Has the athleticism to get to the corner. Probably would have been about a 2-3 yard gain if they were able to hit him there. He had a defender running him down. All right, guys. So now we are looking at the third drive from Brandon Rose. You can check him out here. This is right before halftime, 29 seconds left. So a fun little opportunity to kind of see what he can do here. So far, pretty unimpressive by Brandon Rose, just being honest with you guys. It's has not been the greatest look. A lot of stress, a lot of not letting it fly. And I think he's really only, outside of the screenplay, he's only thrown the ball once. And that was the double coverage play. He ran the ball another time. Um, so this is Brandon Rose. He's in the red jersey now, but this is still him. Drops back. Boom. Takes a little outlet over the middle. Charlie Vincent with a nice little after the catch. He has to hurry his guys to the line. Let's get going. Let's get going. Starts, trying to hurry his guys. They're about to call a timeout, so we're going to speed up a little here. All right. They're back out. They're about to run the next play. So let's check it out. It's Brandon Rose in shotgun. Drops back. Tight coverage. I mean, he had his guy, the outlet, it looked like, over the middle. Let's watch it back. Okay, let's check the middle here. Was it open? Yeah, it was pretty dang open. That was really open, actually, now that we're watching it back. He could have done the exact same thing. I know there's not a lot of time left on the clock, but don't forget it's college football. That's for sure a first down. It's just check it out. So if he gets a first down this close to halftime, they can hurry to the line and the clock stops. So he should have thrown the outlet there. Bad call by Brandon Rose. The outlet was wide open over the middle, and that's definitely a first down if he throws it. So bad play on Brandon Rose's part. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So 16 seconds left. He's gotta get him down the field. He's gotta make it happen. So let's see. Okay. So we missed. Okay. 16 seconds left. Drops back. Play action. Steps up. Runs it and goes out of bounds. But that stops the clock. It's a good play. Let's watch it back. Okay. Drops back. Play action. Pressure's coming, steps up. That's not a sack. That was a good run by him. I would say one thing we are seeing from Brandon Rose is he is quite athletic. He can definitely run the ball. I remember breaking down his high school tape and thinking he was pretty good with the ball in his hand. So let's see. All right, 8 seconds left. Can he get them within field goal range to cap off the drive? So far, a decent drive. Not the greatest. He had that one wide open outlet that could have done a lot for this drive and made a lot easier. It made the whole thing a lot easier, but that didn't happen. Let's fast forward on this one. Okay. Drops back, play action, pump fakes, throws the outlet. I mean, literally all he had to do that whole drive was just throw the outlet, and they would have just kept driving the field. 1 second left. They're going to call a timeout. And now that is going to be halftime. So, or it's going to be a timeout, but it is a timeout that they go kick a field goal after this, and then it goes to halftime. So let's go ahead and pull up Brandon Rose's last drive. He has a fourth drive in the game. All right, here he is. Oh, dead play. All right. All right, here he is, Brandon Rose. His final drive of the game. All right. Okay. So he gets the pass over the middle there, but what you're going to see is that even though he got the pass over the middle, the play was technically a sack. So it's about to pull up. We're watching it back right now. And you can see this defender in here is going to get back there. The DN gets inside the tackle and gets a sack. Now, that was such a fast sack. You can't really blame that on Brandon Rose, but it is what it is. A sack is a sack. It's still a sack, right? So, not what you want to see there. It's like this is probably the best play so far on the entire film, and it would have been a sack. Even though it wouldn't have been his fault that it was a sack, you don't like that the best play we're seeing right now is a sack. So tough go there, tough go. So is what it is, but not a good look from what we're seeing with Brandon Rose. We got Cam Rising out here talking to the media. Always great. We'll be doing a video film breakdown on Cam Rising as well soon. Okay, back to Brandon Rose. It looks like Jalen Glover back there in the shotgun with him. Boom. This is a really good play by Micah Pittman. It's a good play. So one thing I think you'll notice is, do you remember the play with Luca Caldarella earlier, the screen? We said that it was way back there, right? Like way behind him, like a yard or two, kind of where I'm pointing. This one's not perfect. It's not 100%, but it's a lot more in a spot where Micah can just get it and go upfield. So a solid screen throw by Brandon Rose. Definitely saying that wasn't a good screen throw would be pretty dang nitpicky. Again, Cam Rising out here. Can't wait to do his film breakdown. I thought he looked awesome. I got to go back and actually dissect the film, but I thought his film looked really good. So far, while it's loading here, just Brandon Rose, there's some ups and downs for sure. It's not all bad. It's not all good, but, it's not what he would want to see. Okay. So right here, we're going to run it back. I thought this was a play. It looks like it's a read option, and he does not. Remember, we talked about it earlier. If the defensive end crashes down, then you keep it as the quarterback. If the defensive end contains and stays disciplined in his spot, then you give it to the running back. But watch what happens. Is DN's going to crash down. He's going to come flying in, and Brandon Rose is actually going to give it off to the running back, which he should not do in this situation, right? Watch. The defensive end crashed in. The edge rusher, whatever you want to call it. And then, and Brandon Rose does not make the correct read there. And like I said, it's tough to find a crazy amount of positive with the Brandon Rose tape so far. As we get closer to the end of the tape, we will see some plays that are a little more solid. We'll see a couple of good ones, but we'll also see some more bad ones. It was definitely not Brandon Rose's day. Let's be real. It was not what he wanted to see from himself, not what we wanted to see from him. A lot more to be desired for Brandon Rose in the spring game. Tough go for the kid. Cam Rising again. Lots of loading. That's how it goes. Whenever the loading's done. Okay. Bam. I think that was a read option as well. And that actually looks like it was good. Like I actually think the defensive end kind of had a mid-level, but it looked like he was containing, and he did the right handoff there. So good work on Brandon Rose. I mean, it could have just been a dive play, but good work on Brandon Rose, in my opinion. I mean, that looked like just a good read on the option. Let's take a look. Okay, Brandon Rose dropping back. Okay, so this is just, honestly, this could have been intercepted. Let's watch it back. I don't know what the kid is doing. I don't know what this is. He drops back and just floats one inside on a fade. Look at this. And he has his outlet wide open right there. Did you guys see that? Oh my goodness. Nobody near the outlet. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That was rough. Oh my gosh. The outlet was wide open, and he just throws that fade up the sideline, which really should have been an interception. Okay. A little more loading. Okay, Brandon Rose, empty set shotgun. Okay, the dead play. We're going to the next play. Cam Rising again out here chatting it up. Some more loading. You gotta love it. All right, let's see. Come on. Move along. Okay, Brandon Rose, empty set. A little more loading. Drops back. Boom. Okay. So this was a nice throw. That was a really clean throw by Brandon Rose to Mike Mitchell. Good looking pass and a good looking catch by Mike Mitchell. We'll drop it back here. You're gonna see there's not really too many other guys like super open. It's not like this was the worst call. I think it was tight coverage, but it was a good throw, and I don't think there was a lot else going on in the play. So hard to be too critical here. I mean, maybe that guy at the bottom left, but I think the throw he made on this in was a better throw. So that's kind of how I feel about it. And boom, nice catch. So good throw, good catch, good defense actually too. So is what it is there. Let's not nitpick every little thing with Brandon Rose. I'm not trying to be a stickler here. All right, a little more loading. Boom. Loading. Okay. Oh, damn, bro. Okay, good throw. You're going to see, we're going to watch it back here. So there is another route open up at the top right I don't know who the player was yet, but there was a route open up there. But I think both of these routes were pretty much open. It wasn't like he missed a wide open guy and could have gotten more out of it. So it's kind of how I feel about it. Just giving you a little commentary. Cam Rising. Andy Ludwig. Lander Barton. Okay. Snap the ball. Boom. This guy comes open, top of your screen, and then he throws out. I mean, they're both pretty open, and I think they would have went for a similar amount of yards. So I'm not going to freak out about how that went down. That's not worth worrying about. So Andy Ludwig, watch it back one more time just to show you guys what we were looking at here. All right, boom. Top of your screen. That guy's open. I mean, I would have said throw him that one because he also has a blocker up there to help him out. But it's what it is. I mean, I think it was a good throw. I mean, I think one thing about Brandon Rose as we watch the tape is his arm is very good, right? His accuracy is very solid. He makes the throws he needs to make, and he's definitely not a terrible quarterback. But today, a lot of bad decisions and a lot of tough decisions that it really hurt the film here. Okay, play action rollout. On the rollout, he's going to tuck it. He's going to run it. I don't love that because right there, you know that's not a first down in real life, right? You know that guy tackles him. And as I mentioned earlier, though, good running tape from Brandon Rose today or in the spring game. He looks good running the ball. Pretty athletic, pretty quick. Boom. Drops back. Outlet wide open. I mean, the story of the day, the outlet is open all freaking day. I feel like he would have 200-300 yards on 4 drives if he would have just thrown the outlet 80% of the time. Boom, outlet. I'm just playing that one back, but damn, the outlet's open. It's open and it's an easy throw. You know, make the hard stuff look easy and make the easy stuff look like a cakewalk. All right, Brandon Rose back there in shotgun. So this is a rough play on Brandon Rose. So check this out. Top of your screen, Mitchell was wide open. I think that's Mike Mitchell that was wide open at the top of the screen there. We're going to watch it back here. But he throws it into quadruple coverage over the middle of the field in the end zone instead of hitting a wide open receiver in Mike Mitchell. So watch this. Mike Mitchell's coming over. I think that's Mike Mitchell. He's coming over, and he's going to do an out route, and he's wide open. No one near him. Cameron Calhoun's about 5 yards away from him. And again, Brandon Rose with the poor decision-making just throws it over the middle into a flock of defenders. And watch this. So they come back out this next play, and it looks like Andy Ludwig told Brandon Rose, hey, Mike Mitchell was wide open on that play. Run it again and watch. He's going to be wide open. Oh, wait, actually, that's a replay. Sorry. Well, but you guys will see. They're going to run almost the exact same play here in a second. And and Mike Mitchell's going to get open again. Not as wide open as he was on that play, but you can tell they were like, hey, he was wide open, run the play again. So sorry about that. I'm rewinding. I'm trying to find the play. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. All right, motion Mike Mitchell. Boom. Mike Mitchell runs it kind of sloppy this time, and it doesn't go for as much as it could have. But, at least I'll give him this. At least Brandon Rose made the adjustment, and when the play was called again, he threw it to Mike Mitchell, who was wide freaking open on the play. So, I mean, again, you got a lot of curious, tough decisions. I mean, you watch this, you could tell that Andy Ludwig said, "Hey, we're gonna run it right back again. It was wide open. Why aren't you seeing this stuff?" So, a lot of question marks as we come to the end of Brandon Rose's tape. A lot of question marks, right? A lot of, hey, do we like what we're seeing here? It's, it was weird. Last year's spring game was the opposite, where it felt like his decision making was fantastic. This year's decision making, though, in the spring game was not good at all. Okay. Yeah, so we're basically at the end here. Charlie Vincent runs it in for a touchdown, and that is going to be the Brandon Rose film for us. In a second here, I'm going to break down my overall grade for him and what I thought of the film. Okay, guys, so a lot to go over here. That was the film on Brandon Rose. We broke down every play. Before I dive into the grade and everything, guys, please make sure you smash the like button if you appreciate the content. Also, comment down below. It's fun. I always like doing it. If comment your grade before you hear mine. What did you think? And I'm going to go on a scale of A to F, and all the pluses and minuses in between there, right? So I want to hear your grade as well. I'm going to, spoiler alert, my grade's not going to be super good. I think it was pretty clear as I talked throughout the film that there were a lot of mistakes, a lot of easy plays that were missed. Sadly, I feel like the more I watched it back, the worse it got. So is what it is there. Comment what do you guys think? Also, subscribe to the channel, guys. We put out a ton of Utah Utes football content. And if you appreciate this stuff, guys, join the Patreon. The link is in the description. And if you're in the Patreon, for every membership tier, you get different levels of entries into our giveaways. Guys, I have a bunch of cool Utah autographs on the way. Excuse me. Devin Lloyd's one of them. Brant Keithy's one of them. A bunch of cool ones. I have some patches coming in. Steve Smith. Really cool stuff. So make sure if you want to be in the giveaways that you sign up for the Patreon. The lowest you can do is $5 a month. Even if you do that, it means a lot and goes a long way. With that, though, let's talk about the final grades for Brandon Rose. So Brandon Rose, I'm going to go... this is tough. I'll just kind of give you guys where my headspace is. It's either a C- or a D. I think I'm going to go C-. He had some nice runs in there. Most of his read options were pretty solid. He made the right decision and he made the play and he got over it. The problem for me was all the awful throws. It was literally like if he wasn't throwing his outlet or his dump off or a screenplay. And that's another thing. The one screen looked pretty good. The other one was a little behind him, but it was still a good play. And he has a very fast release and has some real good throw power. Like the time the ball leaves his hand on short yardage throws to when it gets to his intended receiver is very quick and very talented. It's a talented thing he is. So I like that, but I'm between a C- and a D. I'm going to stick with the C- because he did have some nice plays in there. But now I'm going to kind of just tell you guys why it's a C-. I talked about it a lot throughout the film, but a lot of missed opportunity, a lot of outlets wide open. Guys, when a running back is open with nobody near him, 10 yards multiple times, and you're not just dumping it off or throwing that route, I got to question your decision making. I got to wonder what's going through your head. It's not like you're getting hit all day. This is a spring practice or a spring game. No one's hitting you. So kind of frustrating there. The other thing is when anytime, I don't think he had a completion for more than 15 yards. It was anytime he took a real shot down the field, it was an ugly ball and a bad decision. Like that sideline fade one towards the end of the film. Just what in the world, dude? I think it was on the fourth drive, and it's just should have been an interception. He throws the fade inside. The receiver is nowhere near it. The corner's right there to just run it off. Terrible throw. And then the end zone one where he threw it to 4 defenders while he had Mike Mitchell wide open. He also had the Jalen Glover, that underneath out route. I mean, 15 yards easy. And then the outlets from that Charlie Vincent was open on. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think there's still a lot of good with Brandon Rose. Don't think I'm saying he doesn't have it. And obviously, it's not as bad as, a year ago, Nate Johnson's spring football film. It was, nightmarish. But that's kind of where we are right now with Brandon Rose. There's a lot of question marks, and you got to wonder where we go from here. I know a lot of people were hinting at the fact that he might transfer out if he didn't have a good spring game. I'm not going to go that far. I hope he winds up staying. I like Brandon Rose and I see a lot of potential. But that was not a good game. C minus, and I'd say it was really close to being a D and not a C minus. So I am out of here, guys. Like the video, comment down below what you think of Brandon Rose and the film. Also, subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the Patreon if you guys want to, kind of help out and stay around for the ride. I'm not going to put anything behind a paywall on the Patreon. I'm just giving it as an opportunity for those of you that do want to help support support the channel. The money going to the channel, at least 40% of it will go to giveaways, will go to player interviews, equipment for the the office here, but the microphone, the camera, all that stuff. So if you guys want to help out, make sure you do that. I am out of here. We'll have the Isaac Wilson and the camera rising videos coming soon. Go Utes.